I was eager to find a camp that was close to Meredith, that was not a sleepaway camp, because my kids just are not ready for that yet, and I'm not ready for that yet either.
A Prescott Farm staff member reached out after hearing about my snowshoe yoga classes, and then that's where it really grew.
I'm working mostly with volunteers. Some have had some garden experience, some who've had very little, so a lot of my education's been with them.
We did a full year of remote learning, or full 16 months of remote learning. And that was hard. It did keep them safe, and that was one of the key reasons that we did the full remote year. But we were also ready for some new experiences by the end of that.
The trails just lend themselves beautifully to what the class is. We have opportunities for mindfulness and meditation with movement, and then of course the asana, or the actual yoga class, and all of that takes place on snowshoes.
So I gave my life to my family, and the minute, my kids were out the door, I'm like, okay, it's time for me to get back out in the world again and do something. And this was just one of those places, like I said, the minute I drove onto a property, I'm like, this is gonna be my new home away from home.
Hazel, by the end of the first day, she said, "Mom, why did you only sign me up for 4 weeks?" She made friends. She likes to, direct the action. She is more outgoing, I would say, of the two of them. Teddy was nervous. This was going to be a big adjustment for him. And Jake, the camp director, called me on the second day and just said, he seems really nervous. When Teddy came home that day, I sat him down and I said, "Teddy, what's going on? Like, what? I hear you're not participating in activities, and I just want to know why." And he just said, "Mom, this is really far outside my comfort zone." And I said, "Good. That's what I wanted. I wanted something that was a little outside your comfort zone, because you need to, challenge yourself a little bit." So on the third day, they did their first quest, which is this weekly kind of team building exercise. And he did participate, and he discovered, oh, this is actually really fun. Like, I really like this. I really think it was just a combination of the camp being like this supportive place where they really wanted every kid to have a good experience, and just his willingness to take a deep breath and be like, okay, I'm gonna try something new.
I've had people who have come in saying, never done snowshoeing, I've never done yoga, and I'm healing from a hip surgery. There's a particular woman who comes to mind who, she signed up for a class. She was really trying to work on her health, was recognizing it was an area of need in her life. I modified things for her, whether it was on the snowshoes as we were walking, or even in the yoga class. Came to the next one. It ended up coming to every class that particular season, and started losing weight, started sleeping better, eating better.
A lot of people, again, with little experience are much more comfortable creating new beds or weeding or things where they're a little timid of the plants sometimes. Most people who don't have experience, we do kind of walk them through what's in the ground right now, what's being planted, how we're taking care of that to come to its maturity. We try to slowly encourage them to start doing more beyond their comfort level, just so they start learning themselves about how to plant something, when to plant something, how to take care of that once it's in the ground. We have one woman who's really been hesitant the whole time, but now she's starting to be like, oh, I'll put those seeds in, or I'll do this, and just give me that and I'll take care of it. And early on, though, all she would do was weed.
This past week when they were not at camp, oh God, all I heard about was, well, what are they doing at camp this week? Like, what week is this? It's Nature Artist Week. Well, why didn't we sign up for nature? I didn't know that you were going to be loving it so much. They're letting go of this sort of anxiety of, like just being around a bunch of new people, being outside all day, being off screens, meeting new people, trying new things, bonding with your counselors. Like, those are all things that really help you trust the world. I only signed them up for 4 weeks. I will not make that mistake again next summer. Next summer, we'll definitely be back for more.
You don't have to be an expert with anything. You can be a beginner and come and feel welcomed and nurtured wherever you're at.
It's a great opportunity for people to come in and work with others who know maybe more than they do and learn that way, or to bring their own knowledge base to it and say, hey, I've got a great idea. We can make this area a success by doing A, B, or C. So to take that knowledge back to their own homes and create their own gardens.
We're always having conversations about what's next and how can we make this space more accessible to everybody.
The program definitely has a lot more room to grow. They want to educate the community on where you live and what you can do there, and it's increased in size so that we're a lot more bountiful in our production so that we can do some of these programs using what comes out of those gardens.
We want this to last a long time. The only way we can do that is with support from the community.
Guys, you got here just in time. Which one of you would like to take over as director and ask your mother questions? Oh,
Ooh,
Hazel's
do you have
handing
a
off
question
first.
for me? Go
All right,
ahead.
here, I'll show you the ropes of
What
it.
did I say?
It's the easiest job on the planet. Come here. All right.
She likes to run the show.